Where do you folks live?
Grand Falls.
Where are you going today?
We're going to the Triple Crown races.
Okay. Enjoy your trip.
Now we're off to the Derby. We start the Triple Crown with the Derby. The Kentucky Derby is run in Louisville, Kentucky. And then we have the Preakness, which is run in Baltimore, Maryland. And then we finish with a mile and a half Belmont State in New York. It has now been 34 years since Triple Crown was won. It was 25 years when I won it. With probably the greatest horse that ever set foot on a racetrack.
Secretariat is widening now. He is moving like a tremendous machine. Secretariat is in a position that is impossible to catch. He's into the stretch. Secretariat leads his field by 18 lengths. Listen to the crowd, listen. A gallant wave of the hat by Turcotte, and he certainly should be proud of what he and his horse did today, Jockey. My goodness, never in my dreams did I think it would be a race of that kind. But all our talk about the last
Combien de jours ça nous prend? Aller, c'est à Kentucky, là, à porter un titre, là.
Oh, ça fait 2 jours et demi. On lui donne un bon 2 jours et demi encore.
C'est du raidage.
Ouais. Belle vue, vraiment.
C'est un beau lac pour pêcher.
I was raised around horses, and I love horses, and I love riding them. I'd ride them bareback. I even worked with them in a lumber. Dad was a lumberjack, and I followed into his footsteps and cut lumber for 5 years.
Well, the wages wasn't so high, and the lumber had dropped. We didn't have no much to cut, so he said, I'm going to Toronto, and I didn't feel much about letting him go because he was small, and I thought he wouldn't find a job, and he would have had a hard time, so I didn't feel too good when he left.
In Toronto, I went to look for work. I have to walk in the city for a month. It's running short of cash, which I had been running short for quite a while since I left here with $50 in my pocket. I had to pick worms to pay my room, and we found a restaurant that accepted us washing dishes so we could eat. Seems like everybody was looking for work. One Friday evening, we were very tired and disgusted, and we even wrote a letter home with tears in our eyes, and we thought we might have to come home because we couldn't find any work. And the landlord asked me, why don't you try the racetrack? He says, you look small enough to be a jockey. I says, what's a jockey? He says, the little boys in the white pants. I first got hired by A.B. Taylor, Winfield Farm. Mr. Taylor was known as Mr. Racing. You worked from 5:30 in the morning, 7 days a week. I enjoyed it. To me, it was really a picnic around the racetrack. Much easier than cutting lumber. Gordon Huntley was the trainer. He said he'd love to try me, and that he was going to give me a contract. I didn't win the race the first year. That was 1961. Then the following year, I was on a winner, and I became leading rider of Canada, champion jockey of Canada. Also got to ride Northern Dancer. He was the best Canadian bred of all time. Then I rode a horse for Jean-Louis Lévesque, Fanfreluche.
Fanfreluche, le numéro 1, la vainqueur, avec son jockey, Ronnie Turcotte.
1963, Gordon Huntley told me that I had proven everything had to prove in Canada that I should go to the United States and prove that I could ride with American riders.
Shifting venues from a place like Canada or anywhere else, Europe, coming to the United States, the riding style is a little bit different. You have to get used to the jockey colonies. And Ronnie adapted very well. I know that because in 1964, he already won 250 races. When I first really realized what a leading rider he was when he won the Preakness Stakes on Tom Rolfe.
This is the race, these two, and Tom Rolfe last to win. Tom Rolfe, the littlest horse in the race, with a flawless ride from Ron Turcotte today, came in the winner with a brilliant move at the top of the stretch.
C'est correct, ma voiture, c'est correct. Ouais. Alors là, toujours aussi fort, hein? Toujours aussi fort. Je suis pas si raide que j'étais quand je montais.
Jean Cruguet, one of my favorite riders, was the Triple Crown winning jockey for Seattle Slew. Over a course of 40 years, Jean won approximately 51 million in purses and had a just enduring, important career.
Did you learn French with him?
Oui.
T'as appris français?
Un peu. Parlez-vous français? Oui, a little. A little. So welcome to the farm here.
Thank you very much.
We're happy to see you. Yes, I'm trying to take care of him.
You need somebody. He's always after my money. See? Here, you want it? Take it. He loves money, but he can't. It burns holes in his pocket.
Yeah.
Still burn holes in his pocket?
It does, especially during this week, during Derby week.
Yeah.
It does, yes. This is a very historic farm, and this whole corridor is really where the thoroughbred industry started in Kentucky back in the late 1700s, early 1800s.
How many horses do you have, Luann?
Well, we have 8 brood mares right now, and as a small breeder, I usually just have 4 or 5 babies a year. The mare is a granddaughter of Secretariat, and she happens to look pretty much like him. She has that coppery color that Secretariat had.
Yeah.
You can especially
A little
see
bit
it.
lighter.
Yeah, and she and Secretariat are even missing the same white sock. The next generation to go to the track next year.
You can't go out yet. You don't like to be caught, eh? You don't like to be caught. Give me a kiss. Yeah, there you go. That was fast.
Can I interrupt?
How you doing?
You know that guy's a pain in the neck every day.
Every day, huh?
Little people,
You get,
somebody has to put him up to it.
does he give you a tip?
All you gotta do is look in there for a 2 to 5 shot. That's his tip.
Well, I was gonna say, you get 65 and 3 to 1.
I take that every day. Just wanted to tell you, one of my prized possessions I've had for quite a while is a picture of you looking back off the Secretariat and not seeing anything back.
I was not looking back. I was looking at the clock.
Oh, really? Well, it's my prized possession. It's got your signature on it.
Thank you.
No,
What your boy wants to make a bet? Okay.
2 over 6, 7, 8, 9.
Alrighty.
There's my 4-lane second. Yeah. Keep going. Get him. Hey, get him, boy. Hey. Ah, shut. We're dead.
I bet 2-6.
All my money's gone.
Then
1,
you
2,
got
3.
nothing. You got more, you got nothing.
Well, I got him reversed, that's all.
I'm gonna bet the tail.
Better than you.
Yeah, only bet 17. You lost 200. I lost 17. See you guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Be good now, John.
Get my key. Get my key.
You ain't going nowhere.
No,
You're
I'm
not
late.
going
I'm late.
nowhere.
Come on, I know you got my key.
You're not going nowhere.
Get the money.
All right. Get
Come
out.
on, come on.
I told you not to leave your keys around.
I take something. Good night, guys. Good night. Good night. Thank you. See you
Okay.
soon, Bob.
Yeah.
I'll see you in Brentwood.
Okay, see you there.
How are you doing, Mr. Turcotte?
Yeah, how's it feel?
Oh, buddy.
Oh, nice
See you,
seeing
man.
you. It's good.
Appreciate you coming to my house.
Thank you very much, man. It's our pleasure.
You had a good head of hair. You had a little cowboy hat, and you always had that stinky cigar stuck in your face.
Oh.
The little cigars, right?
Yeah, a little one, I guess.
Yeah, but it was really, it was.
You know something? Everybody knew when I was coming.
We could
You
smell
saw
you.
the cigar first.
Oh.
No, but you were on the corner.
Ah, well.
Pat Day is a Hall of Fame rider who, over the course of 30 years, accumulated $297 million in purse money won and 8,800 races won. He is one of the all-time greats, a Hall of Famer, and certainly a very important person to the horse community, the jockey community, and spiritually across the world. And he also is Churchill Downs' all-time leading winner at the racetrack there. He won so many races at the track, they called him Payday.
I don't get it as much.
Pat Day and Ron Turcotte have been friends since their early days in New York riding together.
That is not your boots.
Got my name in them now, but they got somebody else's name in there beside it.
My boot, my name.
Yeah.
That's right. God bless you. Keep them. They're yours.
You were my only ally in the jockey's room.
He didn't need no protection. He could take care of himself. I didn't even want to fight him. He was strong as a bull.
After I had a couple of drinks, I thought I could whip anybody. Being a jockey is a high stress. It's a high stress environment, a very dangerous environment, and so we allow ourselves to be misled into the idea that we need something at the end of the day to relax. That was my out. Oh, I'm in a dangerous profession. It's a high stress environment. I need something to unwind, and started drinking. And then I discovered that, it didn't matter how many races I won. At the end of the day, I was looking for a higher high. And I got involved with drugs. When it started to turn belly up, I went nuts. Just
I couldn't tell.
didn't care.
You were such a natural, and I just couldn't see you leaving.
Well, I needed to grow up. I needed to mature, and so we did.
I hope I wasn't a bad influence on you.
No, you was. And if there was a good influence up there, that was you. Ultimately, I believe that Jesus set me free from the bondage of drugs and alcohol when I invited him into my heart. With that revelation, it gave me a newfound reason to pursue my career as a jockey.
a changé depuis les années que j'ai pas venu, là.
Oui.
Ça fait longtemps.
Ça me ressemble.
Hein?
Oui.
C'est pas mal.
Hein?
C'est pas mal.
Puis soit il ressemble. Quand il parle de horse whisperer, ça en était lui, Eddie Sweat. Lui, il parlait vraiment au cheval. Les chevals, lui, il avait jamais de misère avec.
He really likes people. That's what makes him a good horse, I guess. We call him Big Red.
Oh, he was the greatest horse. I mean, how can I say it? He was the greatest horse that ever lived. He set a new track record in the Derby. Then he set a world record. That was a world record, the Belmont. And he went on to set another world record in the Marlboro Cup. Speed is always a big thrill on a horse. I just enjoy it. He gives you a special feeling.
See, he's up there telling stories.
Yes, and he's got Albert.
Ah, yes, Albert is back.
That's great.
Hello.
Hi, how are you all? Well, Miss Chenery, you look like an 18-year-old. Look at her walk.
Oh, it's
And
good
how
to
are
see
you?
you. I am
Same
fine.
here.
Hello.
That's the way the French people do it. Fine, thank you. How are you?
You've gotten grayer since I saw you.
Did I?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Oh, well,
But you
know,
still got hair.
Yeah, but very light.
How old are you now?
71 this year.
That's what I thought. You're just 20 years younger than I.
Yeah.
Because I made 90 in January. Yeah, so we're still here. That's the best part.
Yeah.
Well, the trainer, Lucian, is gone. Eddie Sweat, the groom, is gone. The thing that has happened since his accident is he has become a wonderful spokesman for the racing industry, and he will go to racetracks and sign autographs and talk to people endlessly, and he gives of himself in that way. He has managed to find a purpose in a life that was cut short of the thing that he was trained and so successful at.
He was something else, wasn't he?
He surely was. And the people love to come and pay tribute to him.
Yes, they do.
He flowers.
I'm surprised that there's none on River Ridge. He was our favorite, too.
I know. Well,
He didn't do what this one did.
he needs a better press agent, Riva does.
When Ronnie inherited Riva Ridge, the ride on Riva Ridge, that horse was timid. And so Ronnie would get horses to come in on him during training periods and kind of squeeze him a little bit to get him used to being in traffic, teaching the horse that, you know, you got to be tough, kid, you know, bloody his nose a little bit. Riva Ridge, unlike Secretariat, who was a moose or a bull, Riva was a deer. He ran like a deer. He ran like a deer being flushed out of a burning forest. He'd come out very light on his feet. He almost bounded along. Secretariat was a lot rougher and moved more muscularly. Riva would just like a dancer. He was Baryshnikov.
And they're up for the lead. Making for the lead is Riva Ridge in the center of the track. Hold your piece on the inside. Also hold your piece.
I didn't know whether we could go to the lead all the way a mile and a quarter, and when every post I passed, I was just saying to myself, boy, you're doing good, nobody's challenging, and we're going to have plenty left to run. And when I hit the 3/8 pole, I get to running. I was sure then. I mean, I had no doubt in my mind after that.
Coming to the wire, it's Riva Ridge under a hand ride by 5 lengths. It's Joel Ayase going by to take second and hold your piece third. Coming to the wire, it's Riva Ridge.
Ronnie should have been a horse trainer. He had an uncanny sense of where a horse was in his training. He wrote a textbook race in the Kentucky Derby.
Kentucky Derby is the signature race in horse racing. It's the most prestigious, one of the oldest, and certainly the most respected. It is the holy grail for horse racing. If you are in the horse racing business, that's what you want to win.
It's always exciting, for me anyway.
Yeah, oh, it's great memories to walk around and see, just the memories of, I can remember the whole day that I was here, just all the things that happened at the time, and it was 34 years ago, but I can remember that race and every one of the 3 Triple Crown races like, it was yesterday, because, it's a huge part of your life.
Steve achieved great claim and fame early on. He was known as the Kid. He went on a winning streak as a 16 and 17-year-old that was remarkable. And over a period of 17 years, won many, many significant races, first in America and then abroad.
People often say, what's the difference between a great jockey and the average jockey? And the only difference is the great jockey makes less mistakes.
That's about it.
The split-second decision can be the difference of, can be 5 lengths, a 5 lengths decision. You have to have an ego to be a good jockey. You don't have to be arrogant, but you have to have an ego. You have to believe that you're making that you're the best, you're making the right decisions, and have confidence in your decisions throughout a race.
Mr. Turcotte, it's a pleasure. Thank you so very much.
You need everything during the Triple Crown to go right. I don't care. You have to have a great horse, but you have to have the good fortune of no significant mishaps, like Ron would know too. I mean, Ron, Secretariat got beaten the Wood Memorial.
At Secretariat on the outside 7th, a gap of 5 lengths and flush.
The $6 million horse had become the $100,000 claimer, and Turcotte was bewildered. Lucian was embarrassed, and Penny Tweedy was furious. "How did you get my horse beat?" she said. "Well, get mad at Ronnie." "I'm not blaming Ronnie. I'm blaming you. You're the trainer. How could you embarrass this horse? 2 weeks before the most important race in his life."
Il dit, docteur, j'ai dit un problème, je peux pas mettre ma main dessus. Il dit, son abcès, as-tu abouti? J'ai dit, son abcès? Où est-ce que l'abcès? Il dit, regarde, une grosse absence sur la bouche, puis c'est gros comme une plombe. Puis il dit, blood infection, ça, c'est une infection de sang. Oh, j'ai dit, docteur, merci beaucoup.
All of a sudden, Ronnie said, "I felt euphoric." That was it. That was the answer. That's why he kept throwing his head when I kept trying to take a hold of him. Yay, voila. My horse is back.
Louisville, Kentucky.
As Secretariat came on the track, his fans showed their support, making him the 3-2 favorite. But still, there were the doubts. Secretariat, number 1A, walked quietly into post position number 10.
Moments from a start.
And they're on for the lead. On the inside, that's Angle Light for the lead. On the outside, Shecky Green, Royal and Regal. Then on the rail, it's Restless Jet, followed by Our Native.
I didn't know whether he was quite tight enough to go all out the mile and a quarter, so I took it easy the first part. When they split, I start edging up toward the front, improving my position.
Angle Light in 5th. Secretariat has made a sudden move and is now 6th. Then it's Restless Jet. Our Native beginning to move up. Secretariat is fourth and moving up on the outside and is now third and moving at the leaders as they come for the head of the stretch.
In the Kentucky Derbies, to this day, Secretariat remains the only horse to run every quarter mile successively faster than the previous one, which means he started slow and he got faster and faster and faster.
Jam holding in second. It's Secretariat moving away. He has it by 2.5. Jam then on the outside, Our Native. At the wire, it's going to be Secretariat. He wins it by 2 lengths. The big horse, the $6 million syndication.
Feel a little better than 2 weeks ago.
Yes, sure do. Sure do. I know he didn't run his race 2 weeks ago, and when a horse don't run his race one time, you always have that at the back of your mind.
It was just an amazing performance, and to this day, 40 years later, he still holds the track record.
Canada, we're so proud of you. Thank you very much.
California to see you.
Good, you? How long you ride before you get hurt?
About 6 months. So how you doing?
All right. Man upstairs is stronger than that.
Luckily, I've been healthy. The only thing I have a problem is neuropathic pain. Right along my injury line on my chest. I mean, it hurts
You're that
so
high,
bad.
too?
Oh, yeah, chest.
Are
T4.
Are you leaning there too, or you can straighten? You're all right.
I mean, I can straighten
No,
up, but
me-
I lean a lot.
Me now, I lean. Now
You
I,
lean?
I got to the point.
Yeah, that's what I
think
got.
my colon must have gone like, you got rods?
Huh?
You have rods in your back?
Yeah. And 14 screws. So they
Broke
got me.
rods. How many vertebrae you break?
2.
Oh, I broke 4.
Wow. How long have you been hurt now?
34 years.
Around your inspiration. Inspiration. 34 years, it's inspiration to me.
Take it one day at a time, pal,
Exactly,
and
that's all you
that's the way I did it.
Exactly.
I believe in God.
You can do it.
Here's Matt right here.
I couldn't go nowhere.
There's my brother.
Oh,
Right
hanging
there,
down,
all right?
pal.
Oh,
Yeah.
hanging in there. He rides for the both of us now.
Yeah.
That's it.
He wins a steak one day, and the next day he goes down.
Yeah. It's crazy. Crazy game. But at least I'll be able
It's
to.
a nice game, though, when you win.
Yeah, when you win.
They load into the gate. All in line and ready for the start. They're off in the Kentucky Derby. And as expected, Triniberg had a great start.
Where'd they go to
Gemologist
quarter?
is also out quickly. Hansen is in between. And now Bodemeister's ahead of Triniberg. Bodemeister and Triniberg will lead that charge to the first turn at Churchill Downs.
Yeah, yeah, he's got it made. Yeah.
Bodemeister at the top of the stretch. And Bodemeister's got a 5-length lead. I'll have another on the outside.
Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
Oh, he's got it.
On the outside is closing in. I'll have another collar. Bodemeister. Dullahan on the far outside. Here's the wire. I'll have another. Has won the Kentucky Derby.
Wow. I picked him. He's on one of my tickets.
Mario, and in his first try, wins the Kentucky Derby. Wow.
I've been asked.
I think I won. What? 19-6.
Viva Mexico now. Viva Mexico.
Oh, yeah. Hey, he had the winner.
I had the winner.
He broke him.
I might have to catch you.
Mario Gutierrez who was based at Hastings Park in Vancouver.
Ça a pas bien été, hein?
Non, pas bien parti. Ouais, c'est juste le départ ça nous a tués. C'est fini après ça.
Veux-tu courir dans Prétis?
L'avenir nous le dira. Faut que j'aille monter.
Meilleure chance.
Merci.
La prochaine fois.
Merci beaucoup.
OK.
Bientôt.
The Kentucky Derby jockeys are here tonight. They're ready to party with you. We've got a great band lined up. But we also have an amazing auction. The benefits go to the PDJF, which are the Permanently Disabled Jockeys Fund.
Oh, you got that get up and go, huh?
Only from here up.
Oh. Wow.
You guys don't mind if I get my picture with you guys?
Come on.
I got it.
How does that feel to be the star of the show?
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It is believable.
It's unbelievable.
Everything's believable. As long as you think that way.
We have a special guest here tonight. He's one of the greatest riders of all time, the Secretariat, Ron Turcotte.
Be the man.
Yeah, Chenery is here to make a special presentation.
Good to see you all, and I'm so pleased to be up here with all these good-looking fellas. I don't know how I achieved this, but I have something special for our good-looking fellow, and that's something for you.
Thank you.
It says Rig on one side and Secretariat on the others. And I think you ought to ask your owners to step up and give you something nice like that. Yeah.
Jamais propre. Hey, buddy. Hi, little boy. Yeah, good little boy, you. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy boy. How are you, boy? Yeah, you good. You done good, man. Second, that's good. C'est lui qui est en avant tout le long. Il s'est juste fait battre. C'est un bon cheval. Hein? Bon cheval, il est fin à part de ça. Hein? C'est bon. C'est bon du bon point vert, hein?
Business picking up.
Good.
Good. I got 5 or 10 calls from Rasmussen, so.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so
Well, I saw you picked up with Rasmussen a while back and won a lot of races with him.
He put me on 4 or 5 babies. Some
Good.
ones.
How old are you?
45.
45? Better get everything.
We got one more shot.
45 to 50, you know, it'd be tougher.
It's my last
Your weight,
comeback.
don't trouble your weight now?
No, I'm good.
Always had trouble before,
A
right?
little bit, yeah.
I came from cutting lumber, weighing 130 pounds. I had to go down below 100 pounds.
Yeah, because back then it was 105. I mean, it was really low.
You fought for the weight. You get kicked or taken out of the racetrack with handcuffs. Want to go out?
I'm gonna go out with a bam. I'm gonna go out swinging.
I'm 100% behind you.
I know you. I love you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
So we've been working on racing the skill weights for about 5-6 years. Everybody is different, but you know, some of us, I mean, I eat 1 meal a day. Other ones will not eat, and other ones would do eat and will have to heave it. And other ones have to run, have to sweat, have to use the box. So it's still very difficult on us.
If a jockey is dehydrated, he's weak, he will lose concentration. That's not in anybody's best interest, and could cause a risk to himself and other jockeys in the race.
vraiment dur sur un cheval, un sprint. Nous autres, on sortait de la voiture, il y avait du pliage, du siffleur, puis tout. Pour décoller, j'ai marqué, j'ai pas rien entendu. Ça, c'est les chevaux qui ont couru qui s'en viennent. Tu vas voir, ils sont tous trempes, puis il y en a, ça les a pas baudrés. Comme Secretariat, il s'en venait, lui, il était sec encore. Parce que les chevaux, c'est pareil qu'un corps humain, hein? Ils peuvent s'évanouir pareil. Toutes les folies que j'ai faites, là, jamais eu peur de mourir. La seule affaire que je ne voulais pas qu'il m'arrive, c'est paralyser, puis ça l'arrive. Ça, c'est un morceau de dynamite. Ça, c'est une petite dynamite. Non, ça, c'est pour mon dos. Depuis que j'ai ça, je peux dormir. Avant ça, je me réveillais en criant aïe aïe. We're going to Baltimore. Comeau racetrack is nearby there. I just love Maryland. Then I used to do a little bit of hunting there and fishing, and it's very country-like. Hi, guys. Hi, Ron. All right, how you doing, man?
Pleasure.
When he goes to racetracks, he'll go to the jocks room, and he's a hero, of course, to the other jockeys, and he will coach them and give them tips and so forth. So he's become really a very important figure in the racing world. And he didn't have to do that. At first, he sort of stayed home and felt sorry for himself, which one would, having had such an active life and then to be in a wheelchair. But he has figured out how to make a good life. And I'm really very proud of Ron.
I don't feel bad about being called Shorty.
I'm still the shortest one in the room. I figured I'd be amongst my peers. I'm still shorter. 4'10".
4'10"? Oh, you're short.
And I'm still the shortest one.
I remember Ronnie coming in as a relative newcomer, very early on, made an impact. Ron had that quality where he communicated very well with the horses he was on. And in the kingdom of horses, I'm sure they all talk to one another. And they say, well, this guy's no good. I don't like his hands. I don't like his seat. And so I don't run for him. I'm sure when Ron's name came up, said, yeah, he doesn't feel very good on top of me, but I like him. I like his hands, and I run for him. And so horses ran for Ron.
Maryland really holds a special place in my heart because I had so many supporters here, and I rode so many races. Even after I was riding in New York, I would come down and ride a lot of races here. Another thing is that I met Luke and Lauren over here. And the paper came to the office, said, where's Turcotte? And he just came over and asked me to work as horses.
Lucian selected Ronnie. At the time, Ronnie had more stature on the racetrack than Lucian did. And so Ronnie was a well-known and highly thought-of jockey, and it was interesting to see them kind of negotiate.
You know, they're two Canadians. They both spoke French-Canadian to each other in the paddock, so nobody else knew what they were saying. It wasn't complicated instructions. Lucian would say, Ronnie, use ton propre jugement. And Ronnie nod, and he'd get on the horse, and off he went.
72, I really thought I was a cinch to win the Preakness because River Ridge was so much more mature than the rest of the horses. But the night before, the skies just opened up and it poured and the track was muddy.
The Preakness of 1972 was a mess. It messed up any hope that River Ridge had of being the Triple Crown winner, which people were thinking at the time. He ran off in the Derby, looked really terrific. And so they thought, well, no Triple Crown this year. That was the 24th year since Citation. People thought, well, it'll never be won again. River Ridge, it turns out, we didn't know this at the time, hated the mud. And there's nothing Ron Turcotte or any of his contemporaries could have done to get that horse to run in the mud.
I hated to lose, but if you take it or let that eat you up, then it's no good. I mean, you just forget about that one, it's gone, and think about the next one. We had a good 2-year-old in the barn, Secretariat. He was big and solid, had big bones, and I could do anything I wanted with him already as a baby. I had high hopes for him.
So we work with him, I learned a whole lot from Ronnie because I had a good teacher. Ronnie is not dumb. He is smart up here. And he knew he was a powerful horse.
It was the
And certainly not at Pimlico. And he hit the lead. What does Ronnie do? Takes a hold of him, says, very good, Red. Pinkai was cutting his horse in half all the way from the quarter pole home with the whip, right-handed whip, left-handed, and nobody hit harder than Pinkai. And poor Sham just couldn't catch him.
And it was a powerhouse race again by the big, strong Secretariat.
The teletimer said 155 and something, big mistake. We knew that was nuts. But we found out from Frenchie Schwartz, the great racing form timer, who'd been around for 40, 50 years timing races. He got him in 153 and 2.
5 seconds. That is not a fast pace. It seemed very odd to be so slow, considering what everyone felt was a very fast performance and coming off a track record of the Kentucky Derby.
You know, I know he ran much faster than that. I mean, let's face it, the other one was really driving. The other one was pushing my horse when he kept hearing the whip, so I ran even faster.
If the Preakness Stakes is amended to 153, it will mean Secretariat set a track record at all 3 Triple Crown races, a clean sweep of track records.
Gentlemen, good morning.
Yeah, how are you?
Good.
You got up early, huh?
Damn horses don't sleep late.
These are some of our team here. Mr. Ron Turcotte. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Mr. Wilmot was my father. I'm just Ron.
Larry Jones. Larry Jones. Any tips for riding this track? Anything?
Horse on the lead, he'll be from the 8 pole on, he'll be hard to catch.
Really? So?
Track, last time I rode here, seems to go up a little knoll from the quarter pole to the 3/16 pole and the 8 pole, and then you see
goes downhill
that way, and it seems like you're
coast
all
on.
the way over. You coast on that.
So at the 8 pole, you want to be right there.
You want to be close.
Okay, good. That's good to know. Johnny, Ronnie Turcotte, legend.
Johnny, nice to meet you.
They're off in the Preakness. Bodie Meister and I'll have another. Both had good beginnings.
Yeah, it's above average year as far as the quality of the horses. I think it's a good year. You know, everybody wants to see a great horse come along. I love racing, so I'd love to see a superstar champion appear. You know, that's what anybody that loves racing wants to see.
And he's 3 wide, and they're into the stretch, and it's Bodie Meister coming to the 8 pole. I'll have another. Makes his move on the outside with 1 furlong to run. Bodie Meister's in front. I'll have another. Is bearing down on him.
and now 2 for 2 in Triple Crown races, and with a chance to win the Triple Crown in the Belmont Stakes in 3 weeks.
Winning another Triple Crown after now it's 35 years would be a tremendous boost for horse racing in America. What we need is another Steve Cawthon performance on Affirmed, or another Jean Cruguet performance with Seattle Slew, or another Ron Turcotte performance with Secretariat to really give it a shot in the arm. And, well, it's getting tougher and tougher. Horses are more and more fragile.
Well, I'd like to see another Triple Crown come along. Mario's a good rider. I mean, what I saw of him is he's a top rider, and he is cool. If the horse has any chance, he'll give it to him.
A lot of breaking and developing news this hour. Now, this is coming from Belmont Park. I'll Have Another will not be racing into the Belmont Stakes, dashing hopes of the first Triple Crown victory since 1978. Gone.
Dr. Hunt said it was the start of tendinitis in his left front tendon. You know, I feel so sorry for the whole team. We've had such an amazing run. It's extremely disappointing, and you know, I feel so sorry for the whole team. We've had such a...
Well, this race not meant, the Triple Crown's not meant to be easy. I thought I had with the River Ridge. I had the best horse. Come back and gallop. I gotta go to Australia.
And they're off. Painter is the first away. Mike Smith sending him early on. Unstoppable U is also asked for speed as they move for the first turn. Union Rags in behind them, running along in fifth.
C'est ça, là, on passait ici, là. Ah, le monde, ça criait assez. C'est effrayant, ouais. Le monde, là, ça criait. Hey, Big Red.
He'd been on the cover of Newsweek, Time, and Sports Illustrated. Here's a horse who had come along at the perfect intersection historically of time and space. Here it was, we were still in Vietnam. Body bags were still coming home. The nation was in a funk over Watergate. Secretariat declared a national recess in 1973.
Appears to be going in fine today. Yes, he's in and well. And Sham now going in. He's the outside horse, and we're ready to go.
I was numb. We did not know if he could carry his speed.
Obviously, you know, history was involved here. He was racing history now. He wasn't racing any horses.
Amazing, unbelievable performance by this miracle horse. I said 25. It could conceivably have been more.
He won by 31 lengths. That day, Secretariat did so many things that no one thought could ever be done. Yes, he broke the track record, but he broke it. He shattered it.
Demolished that field and absolutely demolished it. No contest. Listen to the crowd. Listen. A gallant wave of the hat by Turcotte, and he certainly should be proud of what he and his horse did today, Jack. My goodness, never in my dreams did I think it would be a race of that.
Puis là, le cheval, lui, arrêtait ici. Puis là, c'est ici qu'il mettait les fleurs sur le dos du cheval.
The winner's circle, and this horse, we haven't been able to digest it yet ourselves.
That takes just innate courage, saying, I can do this, and I can do this better than the next man. And the hardest thing, of course, was when he could no longer ride.
My accident happened July 13, 1978, and it happened right there. We see the gate over here. I was riding Flag Lady Golf, and Small Raja fell on my inside, and he pushed me across the other horse's heel, and I went down head first, and my horse went down head first, and I got thrown out in front because I was pulling hard on the rein, trying to get her back on her feet, but to no avail.
His horse clipped that horse's heels, and he went. That horse just went like that, just threw Ronnie like coming out of a slingshot. And I got over there to him. I jumped out of the stand and went over there. And I said, Ronnie, I said, the ambulance is right here. And he looked up at me. His eyes were wide open. God, I can't feel my legs. And after knowing Ronnie so long, you know, if there ever was a man, he's man. But when he said that, the way his eyes looked, it was like it was a little child saying that, you know, like he was afraid. I can't feel my legs.
My legs were crossed, you know, like something like I hadn't seen my legs twisted. And I went to straighten them out, and as I was reaching, you know, all the muscle in my belly had let go, and I rubbed my belly, and just like I was touching somebody else, just like a bubble of water. And when I touched my legs, like I was touching somebody else's legs.
Doctor told me that I'll never walk again. But I'll be able to do things that I was doing before, and I just might as well laugh in their face and tell them that I was I didn't break my head, I broke my back. And so far, I didn't get anywhere with any doctor. I went to see a doctor in Canada, and it looked like there's nothing they can do for me right now. They definitely told me I'll be in a wheelchair the rest of my life. But I have hope, and that's what I'm living on.
Well, horse racing is very dangerous. We don't have, other than a helmet and a vest, we don't have airbags, we don't have anything. Obviously, horse racing is just, you know, playing horses and us, you know. We weigh 110 pounds. We race animals that are between 700 to 1,200 pounds, you know. And anytime we have a fall, an accident, clipping heels, or a horse unfortunately breaks down, you know, you're in danger to, you know, break any kind of bones, and every time you have a fall. So it's very dangerous. And not only just on the race, even just getting on the horses. A lot of the guys get hurt, including me. I got hurt before I even got on the horse. I went to get on the horse kicks, and it broke my hip, so it sends me 20 feet backwards. So it's dangerous no matter what, though. You know, you have to be careful around the horses, and they're very fragile animals. They get spooked pretty quickly. The longest I've been out, maybe about 2.5 months, and maybe it was a little bit pushing it coming back a little too early, but that's the things that we have to do. Even if we're not completely 100% to come back, we have to come back, start exercising, getting stronger, and try to ride as quick as you can, because otherwise you don't get paid. You know, you're outside, we don't have any contracts, we only get paid when we ride.
It's important to protect the horse as well as the riders. Well, you mentioned horse drugging, and, you know, Early in 2000, the industry here in North America created the Racing Medication Testing Consortium. But there's always a few bad apples, so we got to catch the cheaters.
It's very dangerous when the horse is drugged, obviously, for the jockey and the animal as well, because the horse is drugged, the horse doesn't feel anything. The horse goes and break down and at full speed, and there it goes. The horse goes, jockey goes, and someone else behind as well.
There's been a number of riders in the last 4 or 5 years that's been paralyzed. Renee Douglas, Michael Strait, Michael Martinez, Tad Leggett in Oklahoma, Jackie Martin, who's a leading quarter horse jockey, was paralyzed from the neck down. So in the last 3 or 4 years, we've had a run of jockeys that have been paralyzed. The number of jockeys over, since 1940, there's been 151 fatalities, which basically roughly comes to about 2 a year. And one of the things that we're doing is we're trying to increase benefits for the jockeys and their families.
I kept hoping till just not too long ago. I said, "Well, it looks like I'm gonna walk." But I always took it one day at a time. I never planned ahead. Some days are good, some days are better, some days are worse. So I just thank God every time I open my eyes and every morning.
I'm very satisfied with what I did in my life. A lot of people still recognize me after all these years. After all, I've been hurt for 34 years. I get so many letters every week. I mean, there isn't a day that goes by I don't get fan letters.
His ethics were from Drummond. His father, Fred, was a very honest, hard-working guy. And Ronnie wasn't going to get in any other kind of behavior any different from that. He was incorruptible. A guy named Tony Shula had confessed to Sports Illustrated that he had approached jockeys in fixed races in New York. And it was during this time that Ronnie was approached to pull a horse, and he said, "No, I'm not going to do that." And somebody actually threw a hammer at him in the jockey's room. And he ducked, and it hit right above his head.
Dès qu'il y avait une chance d'avoir une vacance, il venait nous voir. Puis, on se rappelle qu'il y avait... il savait gréer des beaux véhicules, ça fait qu'on était fiers de le voir. Puis Ron nous emmenait du champagne, moi j'avais jamais bu de champagne. Puis Ron, ben, ses amis, tant qu'il était petit, dans le temps qu'il y avait de la misère, sont ses amis aujourd'hui. Je peux dire que Ron, il a été chanceux. Chanceux d'être avec nous autres, mais encore plus chanceux d'avoir la femme qu'il a eue.
Je te donne cet anneau.
Je commençais à sortir en 63, qui me donne 50 ans. Je suis pas rendu à la cible, je sais pas ce que dire d'ailleurs. Vraiment, là, on remercie Ethan pour que je sois encore ici aujourd'hui. J'ai jamais aimé sur le spotlight trop, là. Mais pour gagner devant le monde, non.
When he won all those big races, did you attend all the races, or were you able to?
I was home. I watched on TV like just about everybody else.
How do your children accept all this?
Oh, they're all rooting for their father, of course, and are feeling very happy when he wins and disappointed when he loses, and they're kind of learning to take both, I guess.
Mom was always there for us. Dad was there when he wasn't working. Weekends, he would take me hunting and fishing because I loved hunting and fishing. I would get to go to the racetrack on some Saturdays and Sunday mornings with him. That was fun, in behind with all the animals and the trainers. It's my favorite racetrack because it's not in the city, it's outside. And a couple of summers we had a Winnebago and we'd park it on a farm, and it was just fabulous.
It's a tough life being a jockey. You're away a lot of traveling, and you're working anywhere between 14 to 18 hours a day. It's a tough life, but I love doing what I was doing.
When we moved back to Canada, we got the hobby farm, we got the horses, and I had a beautiful mare named Lady, and then we had a workhorse. Loved it, fabulous. Taught you how to work, because a farm is all about work.
Whenever I retired from riding, I always wanted to come back, and I like it here. It's nice, you know. It's really God's country. Winter might be a little tough, but the summer is so beautiful.
I remember him going to work and then remember not seeing him again. And then when we did get to see him, you know, the way, like, he was injured bad. And, but he never, ever, ever said, why me? He used to say, why not me? I'm no special. And so it changed our lives dramatically in the way that I know I myself, and I think all my sisters do, we never take anything for granted. You get up in the morning, we tell our kids we love them, we go to work, they say the same to us, and you come home because you don't know.
C'est pour vider le thé.
Il accepte son sort, puis il vit avec ça. Puis il dit, on lui demande comment ça va. Ah, ben, ça va bien. Quand je me lamente, il n'y a personne qui écoute.
Il faudrait que passe sur la table. J'avais été voir le Delaware, là. Il y avait un cheval, là, puis je flattais, puis brossais, puis tout ça. Puis Ron a dit, l'aimes-tu ce cheval-là, toi? J'ai dit, ben oui. Tu sais, j'aime les chevaux. Ben oui. Ben, il dit, c'est le tien. On fait plein de soin de ça. Hey, de ce moment-là, moi, je pensais que c'est tu gars le plus riche du monde.
J'ai eu 4 frères à Jockey. On était 58. Rudy était un jockey exceptionnel. Il était extrêmement bon sur un cheval. C'est juste qu'il y avait d'autres plaisirs dans la vie.
J'en ai fait d'argent. Mais entre, pour dire la vérité, entre les femmes et la boisson, Richard, j'en ai dépensé.
Moi, là, j'avais comme 18, 20 ans quand il a commencé à courir. Mais les enfants, là, ils étaient les plus jeunes, là. Il arrivait, une fois, il est arrivé, puis il y avait un bicycle pour chacun des petits gars, des affaires à ma mère pour dans la maison. Il a été très, très, très généreux.
Let me talk about the Turcottes. There were 4 of you, all jockeys?
There was 9 of us.
9?
Yeah.
But how many were jockeys?
Actually, there was 12 in the family. There's 3 girls and 4 jockeys, yes.
Well, I have one more question then. In that big year you had, how much money did you make for the owners? There he goes.
For the owner, I made 28 million some odd thousand.
And how much of that went to you?
Well, I don't know. Uncle Sam and I, we kind of shared it, and he kept most of it.
I was a lumberjack at one time, and I always liked being out in the woods. I think it's peaceful, relaxing, and I like to see nice forests. It's not all cut down, you know. And I've been planting trees, and I know I planted 265,000 trees. They're growing very well, and I'm very proud of that. It's a good shelter for wild animals.
Je connais personne, moi, qui a les vertèbres brisées en haut du thorax, en haut des côtes. Puis là, on a les vertèbres brisées à la deuxième, troisième côte. Et c'est proche des parties vitales du corps, puis la majorité du monde ne survit pas ça.
Toutes les années qu'il a passées, là, il a fighté c'est pour vivre. Moi, c'est ça que je dis, là, il a fighté cet homme-là, c'est pour vivre. Là.
C'est qui coûte, là, Albert ou Jean? Truc. Ah, c'est bon, il est bon pour les trucs, là. Wash-Monzera, il va les manger avant que ça soit prêt, là.
Pas 45?
Non, je ne pourrais pas avoir 45, Maurice.
Ma femme, elle nous appelle les Grumpy Old Men parce qu'on fait juste d'assassiner.
Ça fait assez longtemps que j'ai une chambre avec toi que je viens pareil comme toi.
Ouais?
Ouais.
Ah. Ça, c'est dangereux, ça.
C'est contagieux. Hey, c'est contagieux pour le ça.
C'est comme ça que c'est.
J'en avais pogné des uns.
Qu'est-ce qui vous plaît là-dedans?
Qu'est-ce qui me plaît?
Oui.
Il n'y a rien.
Secretariat took his final curtain call. Nearly 33,000 fans turned out on a non-racing day just to say goodbye to the champion.